Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Morning Coffees with James. I'm James, and this show you are watching on Instagram, Facebook. I know I keep talking about those platforms, but I never post them up on there because it's hard to upload videos on this thing. I mean, it's easier on Instagram, but YouTube, which we're going to be talking about today, is a little harder and strangely enough, not creator-friendly anymore. Now, for those who don't know what I'm going to be talking about, apparently the famous creator, the guy who's done a lot of Let's Plays, Markiplier, recently put up a video called the Try Not to Get Age Restricted video, and a lot of creators out there have been kind of demonetized and age restricted on their videos, and some of them have not been inappropriate. Some of them have been appropriate. One of them is susus.jpg. She's I wouldn't even call her an e-girl. She's more of a content creator on YouTube. Very pretty. You know, I know she's very attractive. I don't give a shit. Goth girl, I don't care. She's been getting demonetized for her videos and stuff like that, and it's not just her, it's also Jacksepticeye, some other creators too who are of color, so I'm gonna say black, excuse me, and they've been all demonetized. They've been all been attacked basically by this algorithm that YouTube has, and Markiplier is the biggest example of this because he made a video of this and they didn't demonetize it and there was nothing wrong with it, and then they were like, oh, sorry, my bad, and then they demonetized him, and then he had a video up. No, then they had a live YouTube event, and his segment kind of got nicked, and which is kind of, I have to question YouTube, and also the fact that this is happening before Markiplier got into the scene. It's been also happening with a lot of controversial figures and a lot more people out there who make videos and stuff like that. Like, it's happened to the conservative groups that have outspoken about certain things and stuff like that. Markiplier's just the bigger name that got mentioned, and honestly, I'm kind of fucking fed up with YouTube's bullshit. Like, granted, have I posted a lot on there? No. Have I posted things I liked? Yeah. I've posted some Let's Plays and stuff like that, but I didn't think they were that great, so I got rid of them, and also I was just a little bit nasty with them in there too. But honestly, I might get back into that and just do kind of like a let's chill and play video games kind of shit. Something for me to do. But anyhow, something's really off with YouTube's algorithm nonsense, and it's like, again, it's hard to make YouTube videos on there, and a lot of content creators have had their stuff removed and stuff like that. And Jacksepticeye's talked about this, which, honestly, being the liberal that he is, he had to mention the white guilt thing, and, oh, I'm different because I'm white, and, you know, black creators. And I have to admit, though, YouTube may be racist in that area. It may be just like false racism, where it's like, you know, they're just doing it, but they're doing it to creators that, you know, are not making them tons of money. Like, Markiplier is a big seller, along with Jacksepticeye, along with PewDiePie. But then again, PewDiePie has been also been kind of a troublemaker himself for a good long time. But the problem is that YouTube has just been assholes recently. Like, it's always been like that. I mean, like, Susan Wojcicki's, you know, algorithm thing has been, their algorithm, their machine has been going after videos that have not been, and I'm going to use an example, susu.jpg, goth girl, you know, e-girl kind of thing. She's not doing anything sexual or anything like that, but, like, she was just making a video called Goth IHOP, where she does, you know, she makes pancakes and stuff like that with her friends, and they dress in goth girl equipment. But they flagged her for having sex toys, which, honestly, they didn't. They were just making food. She's done videos like that. Like, Markiplier, like, you know, YouTube is, like, very, like, every creator is very sensitive. And again, this is why I'm like, it's hard to make shit on YouTube anymore, because you don't know what the rules are. You could be making a video that's clean, pristine, nothing wrong about it, and then all of a sudden it gets flagged for something that doesn't have any inappropriate content. And this is my issue. Like, again, people need to address here. And again, there's been there's been Twitch videos of people flashing their buttholes and, you know, sex on Twitch and stuff like that. You know, here's the thing. I don't mind the hot tub stuff, but I do think there needs to be some kind of, like, age restriction, stuff like that, and things that need to be, you know, okay, this is the adult content over here, this is the kid. Like, you also have this with, like, other channels, too. Like, HBO doesn't show, like, back in the day, they didn't show, like, you know, real sex at, like, you know, early in the morning. They showed, well, I mean, like, midnight they did, but, like, early in the morning, like, they don't show, like, the adult stuff at, like, a certain time. Like, that's reasonable. But when you get to, like, okay, you get to, like, I don't know, I lost my train of thought here, but they didn't outright censor it. They basically were trying to figure out how to get this done. Like, the thing that bothers me about this, too, and the thing that really gets under my skin, it's like, this has happened before. Like, not just with inappropriate content, but, like, you know, they've had inappropriate content on their website, like, and certain, like, you know, this has happened before, like, with categories and stuff like that, and all this stuff, like, oh, you can't say this and this and this, but they've had Nicki Minaj's video, and granted, I don't want to see, like, I don't promote censorship of somebody else. Oh, this is happening to me, it needs to happen to somebody else. No, I'd rather not have it happen to anybody else. It usually comes down to shitty parents not being good parents. You know, this whole, like, ban this because I don't have time to watch this because I want to watch weeds and drink wine. You know, or I want to watch the big game. It's like, who gives a shit? Like, be a fucking parent. And it's, sorry, my screen's cracking, there's a little thing right there. It's kind of obnoxious a little bit. Like, you know, it's a little hard to make videos because you're afraid of, like, getting content cut, you know what I mean? Like, you know, is my next video gonna be offensive to somebody? It's like, that's usually the biggest scare when it comes to these videos. And a lot of people are starting to get really pissed off. And there's a lot of content creators, especially colored. I keep saying colored. Why do I? Excuse me for being inappropriate here, but a lot of, you know, content creators who are black or either a different ethnicity are getting flagged too for the inappropriate content, and they make the same videos as Markiplier using the same games and stuff like that, and yet they get flagged, but Markiplier's okay. And I usually think it's down to money. And I don't think it's just algorithm. I think it's down to money because, oh, we'll let Markiplier do it, but if this guy's doing it, oh, we can't show the ads. Which, by the way, ads are just gonna show up anyhow. Like, how the fuck, you know, are you so worried about advertisers, but yet the ads are always gonna show up anyhow? You know, for Divided University and, you know, colleges and voting and this and that and this. It's like, enough is fucking enough. Like, dude, like, seriously, like, I'll be watching a content creator who's just on the border of being edgy. Not, yeah, same high levels of edginess, but I still get ads. You know, I thought for a second, wait a minute. They're making, you know, content that's a little inappropriate, but they're okay. You're gonna put ads on that anyhow? For what reason? But they're not gonna get any money for that. You know, are you a platform? Are you Are you a free speech platform? Are you what's the word I'm looking for that Steven Crowder said? A free, you know, that too. Like, it's not just happened to, like, just content creators who don't get political. It's happened to people who, you know, who do get political. You know what I mean? Who do get political and they get banned. I mean, hell, if I mention something about the bat flu or something like that, it's gonna get flagged. And I mean, hell, I'm not even sure saying bat flu is gonna be okay to say. Bat flu, bat flu, bat flu. But it's like, again, it's something that's just annoying a little bit. I mean, like, YouTube is just a weird I mean, it's not, again, when you have big content creators worried about this shit, yeah, it's starting to get really annoying because they're flagging people. They can't say this, and it's hard to be a content creator on this unless you're making YouTube billions of dollars like Markiplier is, or you're some big like, you bend the knee like, say, I don't know, Ethan Klein, that big old, just don't think about it, bro. Like the man who's promoting censorship, and along with Hassan Parker, watch out for Sam Hyde there. You're still getting flagged. It's like, it's hard to make content out there nowadays. And I think the problem is that, a lot of people out there don't know what the rules are anymore. It's like, yeah, if we had a set follow of rules, it would be fine. But the problem is in that again, there's human beings who do work this, but like I think the problem is the algorithm doesn't know what it's looking for properly. It's like, we are looking for the inappropriate content so YouTube can make this video. And this is like my thing about the censorship, and this is my whole thing about, content creators and stuff like that, and making things and just being a good parent. Yeah, if it's age restricted, fine. Kids shouldn't be, but kids are gonna watch it anyhow. Like, I don't get like this whole, censorship thing, and it's like, oh, you got to be appropriate. It's like, no, it's like, isn't there like again, it's mostly everything. Like DeviantArt has the same thing. It's like there's usually people out there who create stuff, and it's like, they have the age restricted or it has the mature thing on there, so people who don't see this, but then again, they ban things that, hell, I had a picture on DeviantArt that got banned because I put the words red meat on there. Meat. Like, and it got taken down because of the title. And I posted the same picture up there, but changed the title, and it's okay now. It's like, what the fuck? But this is my issue, though, with the algorithm a little bit. Because it's like, and again, I'm not the biggest YouTube content creator out there. I like making videos and stuff like that. I've made my fair share of videos. I miss making Let's Plays. Let's be honest about that. I miss making that. But again, it's just something I just noticed about you. Like, it's starting to become more apparent. And I'm hoping, like, and this is the thing, too. If Markiplier leaves YouTube and goes to, say, something like Rumble, BitChute, the alternative video platforms, how much damage he could cause to the YouTube algorithm. How much damage he can cause to YouTube. That would be amazing. And granted, like, this has been happening before, like, Markiplier. Like, they've been, warning about, we need to get rid of all the, right-wing propaganda out there. And now it's affecting the left-wing guys. Like, yeah, you can, granted, all those guys who have talked about, like, some of these content creators are not political or anything like that, but once you start going after the political people, you start going after the regular people. So, like, the rules are just so hard to, like, focus on, and then it becomes a nightmare. It becomes an absolute nightmare. And so it's just one of those things that people need to look at a little bit. I mean, granted, do I do inappropriate things? No, I'm just a guy in his, robe talking about things that other people have talked about and given an open mind about. Like, granted, it's hard to make videos nowadays. I mean, like, as much as I love YouTube, it's also a nightmare. It's also the platform has kind of changed, too. I mean, like, people are now, like, more sensitive than ever. They're canceling people. You have people flagging videos because they don't find something appropriate, and or inappropriate to their sensibilities. I think the problem is now is that we need to, what do you do about this? And it's like, you can contact YouTube and stuff like that, but I also think it's kind of becoming a nightmare. It's, again, you can't make videos anymore without pissing off the wrong people. And this is what happens when Elon Musk warned about this too. Like, don't put your eggs into the AI basket, because AI can be an absolute nightmare. I don't know what else to say about this, but yeah, but it kind of sucks. And I think there's a big problem with YouTube, and I think it's not just racism. I think it's, or anything like that. I think it's just this, it's about money, and it's about putting too much into the AI and not letting humans take a look at a video who are unbiased with any political affiliation. I don't care if they're not, they shouldn't have, use their own political bias. They need to be unbiased and just look at a video and go, is this appropriate? Is this inappropriate? you know, and just look at it. I mean, that's all. All right. I think I've spoke long enough, but what do you think? Tell me in the comments below. Take care. Love you. Bye-bye. And remember to stay awesome. Peace.